and that I don't have to pretend to be anything other than who I am. And that's been the most incredible gift.
Girls finally speaking up about the emotional toll. Portia de Rossi, in an emotional disclosure, Ellen's public persona has taken on their marriage. Beneath her cheerful, ever-smiling public persona, there appears to be a more complex, deeper tale that Portia was unable to conceal. Before we get into the heartbreak, let's take a moment to reflect on how Ellen and Portia's love story captivated the globe. Portia has recounted how Ellen's evolving behavior over the years has left her feeling alone, devastated, and isolated. Everything started in the early 2000s when the two met at a party in Los Angeles. Ellen was already well known for her humor and her bravery in coming out as a lesbian during a period when it wasn't common. Portia, on the other hand, was a budding actress who hadn't yet come out as gay. They clicked right away, but Portia wasn't prepared to make the move because she was still struggling with her sexuality. Their love story, a symbol of courage, identity, and her surroundings were less accepting than they are now. But as time went on and the two met again, they were unable to deny the love that had grown between them. By 2004, they were together and their relationship had established itself as a symbol of courage and authenticity in love. Their 2008 wedding was a landmark event for both them and other LGBT+ couples worldwide. It was a celebration of love and a declaration of hope. Ellen and Portia were frequently spotted holding hands, smiling, and sharing heartfelt moments at public events. Their love seemed unbreakable as Ellen's career took off and her public persona became almost larger than life. Her talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, was a huge hit, and Ellen became well known for her generosity, kindness, and humor. However, success came with a lot of pressure, and the image of Ellen as the always joyful, fun-loving person began to overshadow everything else. Even in Ellen's private life behind the scenes, it has been claimed that she wasn't always the upbeat person she portrayed on television. While Ellen flourished in the spotlight, Portia, who had a great acting career of her own, began to feel more as though she was living in Ellen's shadow.
I don't have to pretend to be anything other than who I am. And that's been...
According to insiders, Portia wanted to be recognized for her own efforts and successes rather than merely as Ellen's wife, since she thought that Ellen's fame frequently overshadowed her own.
Living with anorexia and bulimia is hell, but chronic dieting is also hell. Living your entire life never feeling good enough about your body, never always feeling like if you weighed a little less somehow you'd be happier, your life would be better, is a horrible way to live. And it's a very short step from a full-blown eating disorder. But really the only way I recovered from my eating disorder and from chronic dieting was to never ever restrict any kind of food, not even portion size. And that really is the only way that food loses its power over you. If you can have something every day as much as you want, you tend not to want it as much.
Portia has alluded to these difficulties in interviews throughout the years, but she hasn't fully disclosed the emotional toll it took on her in private until recently. The effect of celebrity on relationships Portia has been feeling ignored, as if her wants and needs aren't being taken into consideration. According to those close to the couple, the turning point in their marriage occurred when Ellen's public persona started to shift, and the pressure to maintain her happy image for millions of viewers every day became too much for her to handle. Ellen's hectic schedule and unwavering focus on her career left little room for Portia to express her own struggles.
It changed in a second, and that's what I want to talk about. Life is short and it's fragile.
In recent months, reports about their marital problems have increased, with many guessing that Ellen's behavior at home has radically changed. It has been stated that Ellen became emotionally distant and harder to contact, leaving Portia feeling abandoned. According to reports, Portia informed friends that Ellen had changed since she first fell in love with her. Clip 5. The happy, gregarious woman. According to an insider, Portia's spouse has been replaced by someone far more emotionally distant and withdrawn. In a heartbreaking confession, Portia expressed that she feels as though Ellen has put up a wall around herself and is so preoccupied with maintaining her public persona that she has forgotten how to be present in their marriage. It's as if Portia is living with a stranger. According to reports, Portia sobbed in front of close friends, expressing how challenging the past few years have been.
I didn't want to think about being gay. I didn't want to think about what that would mean for my life. I wanted to be successful. So having the eating disorder kind of was like a babysitter. It kind of allowed me to not think about who I was, really. It enabled me to put all of my focus and attention on what I thought was the professional choice, which was taking care of myself. I got kind of like a general physical, and it came back positive for lupus and a slew of all other ailments. That was the start of my recovery, very long recovery. Just living your life truthfully, honestly. If you are a little bit different to the rest of society, you are being political. Because you're saying, despite the fact that I know the status quo, I need the same rights.
She discussed how Ellen feels invisible as a result of her unwavering emphasis on her profession and public image. Portia disclosed that she had been battling emotions of isolation and loneliness for years, but she had kept them a secret in the hopes that things would improve. However, as time passed, the emotional gap between her and Ellen only widened. Portia talked about how heartbreaking it has been to see her loved one change into someone who doesn't seem to care about their relationship. As news of Portia's emotional breakdown and the couple's marital struggles hit the media, fans reacted quickly. One insider
doesn't seem to go away, but and at this point, I feel like I'm disappointing the whole of America, not just my mother.
You really are.
It's true. It's like, the tabloids are at me, my mother is at me. I just
Well,
feel
children are very expensive.
they are.
So that's something to think about before you jump into anything like that.
Yes.
shared that they've tried therapy and taking time off together, but nothing seems to be working. Portia feels like she's been left behind in a tearful moment. One source said Portia has always been the supportive one, sticking by Ellen through thick and thin, but now she feels like Ellen has changed so much that she doesn't even recognize her anymore. Portia is apparently yearning to locate the woman she fell in love with, the one who made her feel safe and loved, but with Ellen's focus remaining firmly on the impact of Ellen's public persona, her work, Portia told friends that all she wants is to feel connected to Ellen again. Portia worries that their relationship might never be the same again. According to one source, Portia is devastated. She has tried everything to help Ellen, but she is now unsure if she has anything left in this marriage. She feels as though she is losing Ellen, and it is heartbreaking. What will happen to Ellen and Portia next? Will they be able to reconcile, or is their marriage really in danger of failing? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure. Portia's emotional collapse and her candor over Ellen's evolving behavior have allowed fans to see the true challenges that go on behind the scenes. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to subscribe to Celeb Talks for more updates. Do you believe that Ellen's public persona has changed so drastically that it has harmed her marriage with Portia, or is there still chance that they can work things out?